what we're doing right now is we're going over the listings of a rental property. I see in my inbox is a 6-unit apartment building in Pittsburgh, and we're just going to run an analysis and see if this is a deal we're pursuing or not. So this is a real deal. And that's real numbers he has right here. And this is another deal right off on it. So what I like to look at here is a property summary. 6 units, 3 stories. So it looks like 2 units on each floor. I like to look at the utilities. Only thing the owner pays for is water and sewer. That's kind of normal in Pittsburgh. It's preferred if it's separate utilities. But I would settle for water and sewer, but to pay for that. Gas, heat, owner, I don't like paying for that. Oh, no. Especially in the Northeast, because I remember I actually have a property currently. That's why I didn't like buying other properties in which I had to pay for heat. I have the tanning salon I have. I have a tanning salon. I have 3 units on top. I was going to see the tanning salon, and I happened to look up. It was like in the middle of winter, freezing cold outside. I'm outside shivering, and the window's just wide open. Just open. And then I went up there and knocked on the door, asked the tenant, like, why you got the window wide open? And she was like, oh, because it's hot in here. I'm like,
it's going to heat down.
Yeah. You know what? But the thing was, the thermostat was on the tanning salon floor. But she didn't want to walk down it or call and just say, hey, do you mind turning the heat down a notch? So she opened up the window. That was just a waste of money. So that's the one thing I don't like paying for gas, because for one, it's expensive. And for two, if the tenant's not paying for it, they might be wasteful with it. So what I did to kind of remediate that issue, I know I'm going off on a tangent, is we put electrical baseboard heaters and we turned the heat down to about 69 degrees, whatever was legal. So we kept the heat all year round at 69 degrees, but if the tenant wanted additional heat, they had to use the baseboard heaters, which is tied to their electric bill. Got it?
And you did our cost analysis on that, right?
Correct. And yes, and then we also put a case around a thermostat so no one can touch it.
Could you have not told the tenant that you're paying for the heat, and then you just say the heat?
Well, yeah, normally that is like that. The heat was included in the rent. But they do have something in certain areas, not in this property, it's called RUBS. It's called, it's a lot of stuff I don't talk about. I'm glad y'all here so I can bring it up. It's called Ratio Utility Billing. That's what RUBS stands for. And what they do is a company comes in and say, well, based upon the square footage of that unit, they should actually pay 35% of the heating bill. But this tenant over here says they have a 1-bedroom, now one was a 2-bedroom, they should pay only 25. The tanning salon, which is a huge space, they should pay 45.
But that's just an estimate.
Yeah, but they do, it's ratio. So they do it based upon the ratio of the square footage.
And they do all those numbers. You don't have to.
Correct. So it's a professional company. Well, unfortunately in Pittsburgh, I couldn't find a company that does that. But that's why it's important to network, man. Like I went to this workshop called Mr. Landlord, and that's what they were talking about. Different areas they do that. Ratio utility billing. Okay. So looking here, it looks pretty decent. They said the real estate agent said it was occupied, so it looks pretty decent. Just like I like my property, I like them the materials to be cheap but durable. They got laminate flooring.
So, are you gonna take us to what you look at first? So, do you look at the pictures first, or do you look at the numbers?
No, yeah, that's why I'm scrolling. I go straight to this area right here. I always do the financial due diligence first, and then I do the physical afterwards. There's no point in taking a trip up there, looking at the property, trying to negotiate a repair allowance because the roof is leaking and the numbers don't work. So that's why we print out the numbers. That's the hands over there. All right.
What did you say the numbers are what?
Financial due diligence.
Yeah. So what we're going to look at is we're going to plug these numbers to a spreadsheet to see if they work. Okay. So I'm going to go to my spreadsheet. So I'm going to just ask these persons, you might have to pass that paperwork around to see what the numbers are. So what is the rental revenue? And I want everything to be in yearly totals.
You want per unit or?
So you can tell real estate investor have one of these old school calculators on hand. Yeah, so what's the rental revenue total?
Well, it'll be 700 plus 720 plus 550.
Hey,
That's 550. That's 850. That's 675. What's the last two?
Both of them are 500, so that.
37.95
And then what is that?
times
That yearly?
12, 45,540.
Total.
Yeah, if you go on this page, it shows it here.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah. So,
I had it.
so what's the number again? So 45.
45,540.
Okay.